Welcome back everyone. If you're planning on buying an iPhone 13, I would probably recommend checking out a few of these things and just kind of keeping them in your head before you actually go ahead and purchase it. Now I will tell you, if you have like an iPhone 12 or you're getting an iPhone 13, I really don't think it's that big of a difference, but it is your money. You can do whatever you want to. I think the Pro models are really the only ones worth purchasing. The very first thing to keep in mind though, and I don't know why Apple does this, they did the same thing last year and this year, but the prices are a little bit more expensive than what they actually said in the keynote. So they said that it was $699 and $799 for the 13 mini and the 13, but it's actually $729 and $829 respectively. And they do this, they say it because if you get it under a carrier, it's cheaper, but if you buy it unlocked like I did, I've done it last year and I'm going to pre-order them already, and they are $729 and $829 if you get them unlocked. So do keep that in mind, but I guess, $20, $30, I guess is not too big of a deal for some people out there. It is for me because it's just annoying. Now next up, another big thing is that with the iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max, so those top tour end models, if you do get the 128 gig model of both of those models, you can only shoot 1080p videos at Pro RAW. So unlike the higher end models where you can actually do 4K at 30, I believe, these lower end models at the 128 gig model are only tapped out at 1080p. Now, for me personally, this is not a big deal at all because I never plan on shooting Pro RAW video ever. I very rarely shoot any videos on my iPhone, to be honest. So this is not that big of a deal. You will still be able to do 4K at 60 at the regular, settings. But if you do move up to Pro RAW, obviously that's going to be a little bit of a difference and you're going to have to kind of get the higher end model, at least the 256 gig model, if you want to utilize that 4K at 30. Now, the next thing, which is a really big deal, the iPhone 13 Pro may actually be faster than the iPhone 13. So previous years, they were essentially the same speed. If an iPhone had an A14 chip inside of it, pretty much all other iPhones would be the same exact speed and everything like that. The only differences even last year were the RAM. The iPhone 12s had 4 gigs of RAM. The iPhone 12 Pros had 6 gigs of RAM. So there was a little bit of a difference there. So if you're trying to keep a bunch of apps in the background, obviously that's where the difference is going to lie. But in this specific year, it seems like they actually tuned that Apple A15 Bionic Chip where the iPhone 13 Pro will actually get an extra core where the iPhone 13 will actually get a core less than the 13 Pro. Is it a big deal? I don't think it's going to be a big deal at all. I think they're pretty much going to be fast. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but it is pretty interesting that they did this. It kind of gives more of a difference between the 13 and the 13 Pro. Now finally, we do have the 5G millimeter wave is only available for the US models. So if you're planning on utilizing that, I think 5G is available everywhere, but if you're trying to get wave, it is only for the US models, so do keep that in mind. Now those are the main things I could think of. Again, just kind of be cautious. I will still tell you though, like I said before, if I had an iPhone 12 or iPhone 11 and I was getting an iPhone 13, I would probably not go get an iPhone 13. To be honest, I would save my money. But if you're trying to get one of the Pro models, I think that's probably where it kind of makes a little bit more sense, But we'll see when we get them next week and we'll kind of do a bunch of comparisons and reviews once we get them. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly, everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.